Oh,
Wait a minute. Oh, hi.
Oh, hey. Hey, everybody.
It's Ramble After Dark.
Ramble After Dark.
Ramble After Dark, and here we are. I would be comedian Jerry Rocha right over there.
That's me, Eddie Pence.
There it
Still
is.
here after the rapture. Still here after the rapture.
What rapture? What are you talking? What happened?
The
What did I
eclipse
miss?
was supposed to be a rapture with the eclipse.
Oh, with the QAnons?
Yesterday, it was supposed to be a sign from God, and the earthquake in New York. It was supposed to be a rapture. And pick
Yeah.
up all the good Christians.
But instead, we just had like a national basketball college championship game. Some rapture. Wait, who won?
UConn.
UConn. So UConn with their 6th title. So that's
Back to
the
back.
rapture. That's
Yeah,
the
that's
rapture.
That's the
UConn
rapture.
going back to back.
Going
winning
back to
6
back.
total. That's the. Do they have more than Duke now? I think they do. Was it Duke?
Do they have more than Duke?
5? Duke was just Coach K, right? Like I think.
Who's all time? UCLA?
I think it's UCLA Wooden. It's either Wooden or North Carolina. No, it's North Carolina. I think. Let's see.
Oh, North Carolina.
Let's see. Most men's.
We like to be factual here on the Ramble.
Because UConn definitely is women's. I can't imagine anyone's because fucking Gino Oriyama's
They won like 35 in a
11.
row, I think.
Right. Yeah, they won like
Yeah.
750.
Like I said, we're factual here on the Ramble, so
We bring you the. Okay, so do you want to guess? Do you want to? Hold on. We're going to.
Do I want to guess?
Okay.
What should I guess? Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay. So
Yeah.
I will spoiler alert. UConn did just surpass Duke.
Ooh.
Okay. So do you want to
Does Coach
guess?
K come back? Does he come back?
Does he come one more?
Does the
Yeah,
glass
one
break
more.
and then Coach K walks out to try to get a 6th? Hits 2 little fucking clinks 2 little apple juices together
Milk. Like a
with his
loser.
bad back. He limps out with his
He's
bad
just
back.
barely walking. Oh, fuck. How great would that be? So, do you want to guess? Do you think you can guess the top any of this?
UCLA's not. Is there UCLA's number 1, right? Most titles.
Do you want to pick the top 3, or do you want to just go? Do you want? Or do you? Are you?
I'll go UCLA, North Carolina, and I guess now UConn, right?
So close.
So close.
You were absolutely right about number 1.
UCLA, right?
11.
Yeah.
Number 2 is the one we weren't thinking of with 8, Kentucky.
Oh, Kentucky.
And then tied for 6 are now North Carolina and UConn.
And Duke is in the 4th
Duke
spot.
is 5. They're in
And the 5th spot, I guess.
Kind of tied with Indiana. They both have 5. So there it is. Look at that, huh? Look at that.
Wow.
Look at, where else do you get college basketball information?
Right?
I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you.
Especially on a top 40 nerd podcast.
Top 40
Who else
all-time
is-
nerd
who else is
podcast. And we're
relaying-
recapping fucking college basketball.
Come on.
And you know how pissed I am that my fucking Dallas Wings are picking 5th this year? Like, you guys couldn't have sucked a little bit more to get Caitlin Clark. Like, you couldn't have just, you were unaware that she was coming out, and they need a guard. This is what the dumbest part. They need a fucking shooting guard. And you were just completely unaware that Caitlin Clark was on her way to the
I don't know
pros.
if people know this. We're the number 1 WNBA podcast.
We are the number
in the
one
nation.
Yes. We are.
You and your Wings, me and my Mystics.
There it
We're
is.
huge
Have the
WNBA
Mystics won?
fans.
The Mystics have won one though, haven't they?
Yeah, they have one.
I don't
They
think
have
the
one.
Wings have. The Dallas team, I don't think they've won one yet.
I thought
Mystics
everybody's
have.
won in the WNBA. at some
Nah,
point.
man, not Dallas.
Nah,
Shit.
not the Wings.
Wait.
The Wings.
Maybe. Let me see.
Again, we like to be factual here.
Yes, we
on
can't
the
fuck
Ramble.
around.
We don't. We're like those other podcasts.
I'll tell you
that
this
just
though. You know who I wouldn't, man, if
Who?
I'm
What?
an NBA team and I need a head coach, how
Right.
do you not call Dawn Staley, who just won it again in South Carolina?
Dude.
She is she can coach her ass off. She's incredible, and I just now
And those parting words for Caitlin, that was great.
that's incredible. The fact
Yeah.
that she was like so progressive with like trans people. I don't give a shit. Like, yeah, come and play. and all these fucking dipshits.
And fucking Caitlyn Jenner's like, this is wrong. I'm like, you fucking played in a women's golf tournament.
Yeah, you fucking mutt.
You cunt, and I can't even call you a cunt because you have a dick.
You fucking sell out. But
Ugh.
so here we go. Now remember this.
Yeah.
The first 4 were the Houston Comets.
Yeah, I remember that was a dynasty right out of the gate.
That was a big dynasty. Then the Los Angeles Sparks with, of course, the great Lisa Leslie. Of course, the Comics had Sidney Cooper. Then the Detroit Shock, Seattle Storm, Sacramento Monarchs, Detroit Shock again, Phoenix Mercury, Detroit Shock.
Yeah.
Phoenix Mercury. Boy, Phoenix has had it. They were just kind of every other. They're like the Spurs. Just every other year they were taking it for them in Detroit. And then Minnesota Lynx, Indiana Fever. Guess who's about to win it again? The Indiana Fever, because guess who they're drafting? Caitlin Clark. They have the number 1 pick. Minnesota Lynx, the Phoenix Mercury again. Minnesota Lynx, Los Angeles Sparks, Minnesota Lynx.
Wow.
Seattle Storm. And then in 2019, Eddie, your Washington Mystics took home the gold. Seattle
Same
Storm.
year as the Nats. Same year as the Nats.
Look at this.
Same year as the Nats.
Then the Chicago Sky. And then for the past 2 years in a row, the Becky Hammond-led Las Vegas Aces.
Wow.
So there it is.
Wings.
I mean, how bad?
Are the Wings the only WNBA team not to win a title?
They might be. Wait, no. The Atlanta Dream.
The Dream.
Can we just tip a 40 to Atlanta and Atlanta sports? Can they get another champion?
The Braves got a couple World Series.
The Braves
so
did it.
They got a couple World Series. They should have had like 4 in the 90s.
They should have.
They
should have been more dominant than the Yankees with that pitching staff. I'm surprised, but the New York Liberty have never won one.
What?
They got jobbed 3 times to the Houston Comets in 97 to 2000.
Well, the Comets were a juggernaut.
Yeah. And then the Sparks beat them. So, and if the Connecticut Sun are still around, they haven't won one. If the San Antonio Silver Stars, they have not won one. So there's a few. There's a few that haven't.
Sure.
Actually, the New York Liberty, they are still around. New York Liberty just got beat again in 2023 to the Aces.
Oh.
So there we go. Look at that. What else don't we cover, Eddie?
I don't know,
Christ.
man. I don't know.
What do you need from us, people? Now, this is where we tell you, subscribe to the Ramble. Give it a 5-star rating. Oh, I don't know, a positive text review. And
maybe?
This pisses me off, Eddie. We're still deadlocked at 143 5-star ratings.
Are you mad as the wind right now? Are you mad as the wind?
Can I tell you this?
Huh?
Hoppin' mad.
Hoppin' mad.
Hoppin'
mad.
Hoppin' mad.
Hoppin' mad. That's
However,
hoppin' mad.
However, Brock 626. He had a Drew McIntyre-esque run at the top because he's been dethroned by A.
Who
Martin.
cashed in the Money in the Bank?
A. Martin cashed in the Money in the Bank. These effing people prepare to embark on a wild and entertaining ride with The Ramble, a podcast hosted by the uproariously funny duo of Jerry Roach and Eddie Pence. If you're into gaming, movies, and all things nerd culture, or simply enjoy listening to two friends shooting the breeze about whatever pops in their heads, then this podcast is tailor-made for you. My God, A. Martin, thank you. Wow.
Interesting how Dahlem's run mirrored Roman Reigns' run and then ended around the same time.
Around the same time as Roman Reigns did. And that was, dude, that was such a good Mania. Did you see it yet? Have you seen all the Mania?
To go back and I need to go back and watch it. I haven't watched it.
So I really thought one of the match that I kept thinking about for how good it was the opening to night one was Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch. That was fun. That was a really good one. And then and Lynch was playing with she'd been had fever. She was on fucking IV the night before, and she went out there and did a 30-minute spot. It was incredible.
She did a Jordan. She pulled a Jordan.
It was amazing. And that was a great match. And of course, the tag match was good with Seth Rollins and Cody versus Roman Rock. That was good. And then, but man, last night's the opening match. Break down
the main event for me because I did not watch it. I saw it. I know what happened.
Here were my two favorite parts: was the opening match and the main event. There were some good ones throughout. The ladder match was really good. They were all. It was a really solid Mania both nights. There was you can't. I ain't complaining about this, but so
first
it opens
post McMahon Mania.
Boy, were they happy to remind you because Stephanie came out Sunday and said this is a new era of the WWE led by Paul to a huge pop.
100% less sex trafficking.
I mean, that's what they were based. It was, and I think this whole Mania was a little bit of a fuck you to the Vince McMahon way of doing things. And let's forget the evil shit. Right?
Yeah.
Just the way he ran the company
way
without the evil shit. Because so the first match of the second night was fantastic. That could have been the match before the main event. That's how good it was. And it was Drew McIntyre going after Seth Rollins' championship. And Rollins had his knee injured the night before against Rock and Roman. So he was hobbled, but he put up a great effort. He kept kicking out. But it had somehow I always thought as a little kid when I still thought, oh, this is all really happening. I just never understood, like, why doesn't Hogan just open with the fucking boot and the leg drop? Like, just open. And
as soon as he's on the ground, body slam, boot, leg drop. Let's do it.
That's it. That's what McIntyre, he opened with the Claymore.
Oh.
He just opened with it. I was like, "Whoa!" And he pins Seth, and it was a 2.5. Seth kicks out, and then they have this huge match where they're going back and forth. And CM Punk is doing commentary, and he was really good on commentary. And then it was too much for Rollins to overcome. And I kind of like that. That was the storyline leading into it. Drew McIntyre kept telling Rollins in the promos leading up to Mania, "You're biting off more than you can chew, teaming up with Cody, right? Like, you need to just worry about me." And that was the angle. And sure enough, that was what happened. And so he beats Rollins, he gets a belt, and then he walks over to CM Punk and starts gloating in front of him at the announcer's table. And then CM Punk, I thought, had one of my favorite. He had one line that was really good, but I'm blanking. But he had a great line because, of course, the whole crowd's chanting for him. And he looks at Drew McIntyre and goes, "I've never won a championship belt," and had the whole place chanting for someone else, by the way. And they're just going back and forth. And then Punk has enough, and McIntyre's standing up, kind of doing a suck it thing to him. So Punk just grabs his ankle, flips him. So McIntyre lands on the announcer's table. Then Punk takes off his little brace and starts beating McIntyre with it. And then while he's doing it, you hear Damian Priest music, and he just comes running with the Money in the Bank, knocks out McIntyre, does his finisher, 1, 2, 3. It was great. It was hilarious. It was perfect. It was really good. And then the main event.
Yeah.
It was I think it was the full 60 minutes.
Okay.
And it was awesome. It was just Cody and Roman just going at it, just tearing each other up. Each one just, giving it their best. Finisher after finisher that they're kicking out of,
Who comes out first? Who's the first guy to person?
Cody.
Is it The Rock comes
I
out
believe it was
Cody?
Cody. No, Rock wasn't in
with
this.
the interference. No, with the interference.
Okay. So, and I thought they did it perfect. So this is like at the 45-minute mark when the interference happens. And so Cody he's got I think he's setting Roman up for the crossroads.
Okay.
And then in comes the evil Uso. I forgot if it's Jimmy or Jay.
I don't know. One of the Usos. Sure.
Super kicks Cody.
Okay.
And then the good Uso, his music plays. So evil Uso just ran in. Super kicks him. And then I think it was
Good Uso comes in.
And the play. And then, dude, that was one of the cooler ones. So they meet up at the main entrance, right?
Right.
And Good Uso spears the dude all the way down onto a table that was just waiting at the bottom. So they're both out of it. Yeah, it happened to be there. It was great. And so they're both out of it. And then Solo comes in and starts interfering. And he's he's got the Rikishi build. I think he might be, I don't know how related to Rikishi he is, but he looks just like him. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then Solo comes in and he starts interfering, and he's beating up on Cody, and he's telling Roman, finish him. And like Cody's able to kick out, and you're and you're thinking, who's gonna help him? And then you would have hated this, but it was perfect. Boom, out comes Cena. And it just
I'm on the Cena bandwagon now. I like Cena. After Peacemaker, I'm all about Cena.
Dude, the pop he got.
Cena won me over with Peacemaker. I'm Cena all the way now.
Dude, the pop he got. Bum, bum. I mean, and he
probably the biggest pop he's ever gotten, I would imagine.
It was close. He charges out. He does the attitude adjustment on Roman. Yeah. Then he takes Solo and attitude adjusts him onto the announcer's table. So Solo's out of it, and as he's kind of celebrating that, then The Rock comes out.
Okay.
And then so Rock and Cena have this big stare down. And it was pretty good. And then Cena does this, and then Rock catches him in a rock bottom, drops the rock bottom. And then as Rock is like standing over Cody, then, and this was, I don't know where they're going with this. Because I know that Moxley is not there, but then the fucking Shield music starts playing.
Right.
And Rock is like, look, because, they come out of the stands and Rock is looking around, and it was just Seth, but he was in the full Shield gear.
Yeah.
And he had a chair, and then what happened was Roman caught him, and he Superman punches Rollins, right?
Right.
So he knocks Rollins out, and then that's when The Rock is like, okay, I'm good. And he takes out the belt. He's about to whip Cody. And then you hear Undertaker. And, dude, that was the pop of the night. Like, that was the loudest pop, I think, in all of Mania. Because nobody saw that coming. It legitimately, and they did it great. It was classic. It was where
I wonder why it wasn't Austin. Would Austin have been better there? Because Austin and Rock have the beef going back to Austin's last match.
I wonder if it was meant to be Austin and something happened and Undertaker filled
Undertaker, I guess, has some beef because Roman Reigns did beat him at WrestleMania.
Right. And him and Rock had a ton of great matches back in the
They did, but
era.
Austin's last match was The Rock at WrestleMania.
Right. It would have been, but dude, and then Rock does a great job of, he's like scared, and he's like, and the whole place goes dark, and he's looking, and the lights come back up, and Undertaker's just behind him, choke slams him, and then Cody does 3 crossroads on Roman, pins him.
I saw that part. Yeah, I saw all that.
Wins the title. Did you see the aftermath?
Yeah, with the party.
And he brings Triple H out.
Yeah.
And he says, hey, we're being led. This is they were quick to remind everybody.
No more sex trafficking.
No more sex trafficking. Free. We're done with this shit. I thought it was really
shitting on people's chests. None of that.
It's not going to happen. The funniest thing, though, was during the match, like 15 minutes in, Roman goes, it looks like he's going to pull a table out from under the ring.
Yeah.
And it was funny. If you watch the replay, it's the first time they pull up the apron. And you see someone's hands.
Was it Taker?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure out who it was. You see someone's hands, and they quickly move back, and he pulls out. But, I wonder if they were all just sitting there. They were all just under there for 45 minutes. But, yeah, it was...
He was there since 3 p.m.
3 p.m. He had to go down there and wait.
He's got sandwiches and a bucket.
But Born to Run had told me, and I don't know, I didn't see anything about this. I didn't watch the presser, but Born to Run had said, he had told me that apparently Triple H kind of buried Vince in the presser too.
They have to. They have to bury him.
They have to.
You can't be like, well, we appreciate what Vince did. You can't. He's a sex trafficker.
It's over.
He's the lowest of the low.
And now that we look at maybe something, I'm sure something's already been spoken about this, but could this be why Shane left back in the day? Was Shane sorry, I don't
Dad,
want
I can't be a part of this shit.
Yeah, I don't want anything to do with this.
And that's why they had the split, and he never got the company. And why Stephanie and Triple H stick around? Triple H had to know.
He's like, look, eventually this guy's gonna get busted.
Maybe he let the secret out of the bag.
Right? Like, was he the third man?
Manny. So,
but it was a really good Mania. It was a great Mania. It was excellent. But yeah,
now we have a contractual
obligation. I'm so sorry, Eddie.
I know.
Of course, when outright Cody's gone.
I know. Of course. Skeletor. Jerry was talking about the Mania match and the shock of having the Undertaker come out. Have you ever been surprised at such a level?
Eddie, that's a wonderful question, baby, and I'm glad that you've asked me that. You know, not many things surprise the big S. Let me tell you that. Okay? Yeah, not many things surprise me. And well, one time I was with a lady, and she told me she was jailbait. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
was. Well, she said I'm barely legal, big S. And I was like, excuse me, you lied to me. You said you were younger. And so I disintegrated her right there in front of everybody.
Okay. All right.
That's what she got. You don't lie to me. That was the first and last time the big ass was surprised, okay? And it didn't end well for that. Let me tell you something. All that remained was her frightened eyeballs. That was all that was left. And I buried them in a place, that you'll never find. It's right in the biggest plot of land in all of Eternia, smack dab in the middle of He-Man's mother's pussy. I bet you didn't see that coming, did you guys?
I didn't. Or the underage girl.
Can he get McMahon?
I would love that.
Can someone
McMahon him? If we could McMahon him, that would be the best.
That would be wonderful. It would. Oh my God! It's
okay.
Cinesnob Cody.
Let's get him on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, please.
That'd be nice.
Jesus
And, maybe he'll come back to the show.
We would hope. Eddie working all the fine folk.
5 days a week, patreon.com, the
That's
Ralph
what we
Report.
call it.
Tuesdays, Fridays, Ramble Radio, Wednesdays, Ramble Proper, and then every Friday, Not Today with Jen Sturger and I.
There it is.
Everywhere
Follow
you get
all
your
that good
podcast.
shit.
Yeah.
Follow me in the same places you can follow and find Eddie and Cody, the same Ramble locales. I stream video games, retro games, every night, most every night. Twitch and Kick, Retro Rocha, YouTube, just my name. So find us, love us, be safe out there. We will see you tomorrow for a regular Ramble. Until then, take care, everyone. Bye.